Don't you love it when things are both easier and more affordable? Like when the rain washes your car for you. Or like when you save up to 10% by bundling your renters and auto insurance with USAA. Bundle with USAA and start saving. Get a quote today.
Jumping in here at the start of the pod with a little info before we get into the main episode. So, huge news. It's Just Coffee was nominated by Sprudge for the best coffee podcast in the world. This is incredible, and we couldn't have done it without you, our great listeners, so thank you so much. But I have one more favor to ask. It's based on votes, so please, can you go and vote for us? It's just going to take you 30 seconds. Head to sprudge.com/vote. That's sprudge.com/vote, or check the link below the video, and you just have to vote for us. It's going to show you a whole list of categories, but, you can vote for them or just scroll down. Just scroll down to the podcast and vote for It's Just Coffee. Now, we have a lot of great competition out there, some amazing pods, but I'm sure with the help of our community that we can take this one out because that would be a huge win for us and really help get the pod out there. Secondly, we are the media partners of MICE, the Melbourne International Coffee Expo, which is huge. And today on the show, we have Lauren Chartres. She's the head of operations for MICE. So she's going to take us through what's going to be on, what's going to be happening, and it's just a really great teaser to get all of you down there. And if that wasn't reason enough, we also have a great discount for listeners of this pod. It's ridiculous. It's 50% off. 50% off your tickets when you use code It's Just Coffee. One word, It's Just Coffee. So just think of the pod name, think of us shouting it out when you go to enter that code when you're buying your tickets. And you might even get one of these It's Just Coffee coffee tins. If you're listening, you can't see it, but it looks sick. And we'll be doing giveaways the whole week. There'll be heaps of giveaways at MICE. I hear Breville are going to be giving away a bunch of machines. Huge. So come on down and also make sure to vote for us on Sprudge, Best Coffee Podcast. It's Just Coffee. Enjoy the episode.
Sights, sounds, tastes, it's all coming at you at MICE. It is the most fun exhibition or event that you have ever been to. They're going to leave so caffeinated they won't be able to sleep for a week.
Do you have quick ambulance access if I have too many espressos? Is that going to be...
I hope that's not necessary.
Okay. What's the experience at MICE that will blow them away? Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a quick word from one of our sponsors, Apax Lab. Elevate your coffee experience with Apax Lab Mineral Concentrates. Apax Lab's precision-engineered formulas, including tonic, jam, and lilac, are designed to enhance the coffee's natural flavors. Not going to change it, it's just going to enhance it. It's going to bring out the vibrant acidity, the rich sweetness, or if you use lilac, it might bring out those delicate floral notes that you've been looking for. Trusted by world-class cafes and even barista champions, Apax Lab helps you unlock your coffee's full potential. Discover more at apaxlab.com. Wait, where was that again, Sonam?
The internet.
Oh, okay. Thought he was going to say the website. Thanks. Today, we have Lauren Chartres from MICE, the Melbourne International Coffee Expo. MICE was established in 2012 and is a dedicated trade event for the coffee industry. It quickly growing to become the biggest coffee expo in the Southern Hemisphere. Created to connect cafe owners, roasters and equipment manufacturers and coffee professionals, MICE has become a global platform for innovation, networking and industry growth. And now it even caters to the public and the home baristas like many of our listeners of this podcast here. Over the years, MICE has played a pivotal role in showcasing cutting-edge coffee technology, sustainable practices, and emerging trends. It has hosted world-class competitions, crowned home barista champions, like our mate, friend of the show, Anthony Douglas, and it attracts top talent from all around the world. Melbourne and Australia is one of the leaders in coffee globally. And as a whole, it needs MICE to help continue to develop this rich and diverse coffee community. It's Just Coffee is a proud media partner of this year's MICE. So today we're chatting about all things MICE with the show director, Lauren Chartres. Welcome to the show, Lauren.
Yeah. Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Welcome. And as you all know, I'm Rowan Cook, but sitting alongside me is my business partner, best friend,
the imposter, Sonam Sherpa.
Hey, together. It's Just Coffee, the coffee podcast that you know and love. Now, starting off, just before we get going, I just want to say a little message to all of our listeners out there. I actually walked in on Sonam crying the other day and I said, Sonam, what's happening, mate? What are you getting down on?
Oh, man, it was tough.
Yeah, it was tough. I gave you a cuddle and he said to me, mate, the listeners are going through the roof. But the subscribers, it's like 1/5 of the listeners. And these are regular listeners.
And every time I'm on the show, I'm asking for more subscribers.
Yeah.
Does anyone hear me?
No one's listening to him. So if you don't want Sonam to cry and for me to have to give him all these cuddles, you need to subscribe to the pod. But honestly, guys, it really helps us. We've been growing so much. We're now a part of the MICE production as well as a media partner. So it really means a lot to us if you can honk that subscribe button. So thank you for doing that.
And I'll shave my head if you want me to.
Yeah. Now, it's tradition around here to start the show off with a little coffee news. And we have a beautiful little segment song that Liam's going to bring in for us. Liam made this himself. Isn't it beautiful? And the beeping, that's Morse code for it's just coffee. Oh, little known facts for everyone out there that's listening. Okay, so you can now take your barista skills to your iPhone. A new game called Good Coffee, Great Coffee has dropped, where you play the role of a barista serving cafe-depraved customers. Now, I've logged in. It's a little animated game, and you basically have to follow all the steps of making a coffee. So how hard you tamp down, how your coffee grinds. You then have to stop the extraction at the perfect time, and you get ranked on how well you make the coffee. I've only had a little go. Going to get into it more, but for the coffee nerds out there, I can't tell whether it's going to be great or bad. Maybe this game is for more for people who don't actually make coffee.
Could you explain more? Is there an age threshold, perhaps?
Oh, come on. I had to enter my age at the start. It was do it. And I dragged it right to the end. And I'm 36. And it just gets to a point where it's 35 plus. Yeah, no one over 35 should be playing this. So, yes, there is an age threshold. And yes, they bought it out on me. Now, Lauren, you got to tell us, are you going to be downloading Good Coffee, Great Coffee?
I'm going to have a look at it now.
Yeah, exactly. You got to lead up into MICE and get it going. Secondly, second piece of news we have going on, New York Magazine has ranked the best at-home coffee machines, and I'm going to tell you if I agree or disagree with their ranking. So the best overall, they've put the Bambino Plus. Hey, that is a good machine, compact. I can see why it won. Pulls a good shot, and it even has auto steaming for if you're not great at steaming milk yourself. But I will say, if you want a machine that size, I actually think the Gaggia Pro Classic is a bit of fun to play around with, but I think you need to be more of a coffee nerd and you can change some of the screws, enhance the extraction and that. So pretty good with the Bambino Plus there. The best mocha pot is the original Bialetti. Well, who cares? You can just chuck that in the bin. No, I'm kidding. Bialetti can be fine, but I would actually say go with the stainless steel version if you're going to do it. Easier to clean, better heat retention, and you can use it on induction cooktop, so it's future-proof. Go the stainless, even though the design doesn't look as good.
Look, there's people out there who hate aluminium too, so that's fair
exactly.
enough. And are you an aluminium or aluminum?
Aluminium.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. The best affordable machine with a built-in grinder, they've got the DeLonghi Specialista. Now, that's a good machine for that, but for the basket size and how it goes, I actually think that the Barista Express is going to treat you better in that field. So that would be my call. Go for the Barista Express if you want a cheap machine with an inbuilt grinder. The best dual boiler machine is the Breville dual boiler, and I would say this should have won the best overall machine because this machine has the dual boiler for the price. It's $1,000. And you're getting really high quality coffee from it. And I would say it's competing with other machines that are probably in that $2,000 to $3,000 mark. So I think bang for buck on that machine is amazing. Best high end is the Lamazocco Linear Mini. Agree there, but I would say if you're spending that much money, do go with the Mini, not the Micra, just because you're getting those extra features in there, the better integration, the brew by weight, all of those things. And it just feels really nice. It's a great size. And the best, less expensive high-end machine is the Rancilio Silvia. Machine's great, but I'd still take dual boiler over that one.
Yeah, I mean, I still recommend the Breville Barista Express to pretty much 99% of all my friends that ask me what machine to get.
Yeah.
And it always wins.
Yeah.
Grind setting 4. Yeah, no probs. Every time.
Yeah. I actually was saying I want to do a YouTube on that because I'm just like, this is for bang for buck with, I just need to stop getting people messaging me saying, what machine should I buy? Just the dual boiler. Just buy the dual boiler, get a good grinder, and you'll be set for a long time there. All right, first question. Before we get into MICE, I have to ask you, what's your coffee order, Lauren?
Oh, God. You choose.
Yeah.
I try to get one of everything at MICE. I do enjoy a piccolo though, but I have to drink a lot of coffee, so I tend to go the smaller size just so I can fit more in.
Oh, yeah, so lots of piccolos throughout the day.
Lots of piccolos.
Well, we'll get to it later, but with the roaster, like with all the roasters there's going to be so much coffee to have. So it'll be good to, have those little piccolos and just knock them back.
That's right. You have a lot of coffee to drink at the show.
How many coffees you have in a day?
I mean, it depends on the day.
Putting you on blast here. I've got you like straight up right at the front.
Try not to go more than like 2 or 3, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just need more.
I'm doing
Agreed.
like 3 or 4, but the danger is they're always double shots. So I'm really like probably knocking off about
Always.
6 to 8 coffees a day.
Always double shots.
Yeah, which is dangerous there. Now, for someone before we jump in, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Just tell us a little bit about you so the listeners can get to know the great Lauren.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. So I'm the show director of the Melbourne International Coffee Expo. I've been working on the event for over 9 years. I absolutely love it. The coffee industry is so passionate in Australia and I absolutely love playing just a really small part of helping it grow. Every year it gets more and more exciting. MICE is my favourite time of year.
9 years is a long time. That's a lot of stress over 9 years setting up that show. So congratulations on taking that on board.
What was your first show?
2016. So when we were out at the
Showgrounds.
Melbourne Showgrounds.
Ah,
Is that the St. Ali Rainbow one?
No, I think it was the year after.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That was
long
an
time.
elaborate setup. If you ever get to have a look at that, have a look at it and you'll just be like, that's why St. Ali is where they is. They went all in early.
I've seen some photos. It looked incredible.
Now, for someone that's never stepped into MICE before, I'm sure we have a few listeners that haven't been and a lot that have. Paint us a picture of what you're experiencing as you step into there. What are you smelling? What do you hear? What do you see?
My gosh, excitement. You're smelling coffee, obviously. It's a coffee show. I'd be so disappointed if you weren't. No, in all seriousness, you are just bombarded. Sights, sounds, tastes, it's all coming at you at MICE. It is the most fun exhibition or event that you have ever been to. I promise you that.
Yeah, it is great. I always think back to that MICE straight after COVID happened. That was unbelievable. It was the World Barista Championship was on that year. Everyone was so excited to like see each other again, be in the person. And that coffee community, like you often forget it, but once you get back to MICE and you're meeting up with everyone and seeing everyone again, it's such a high. It's such a good feeling. And I think that the Melbourne coffee industry really needs to like open up a bit more. And, I don't want to see roasters competing against each other. Healthy competition's good to try to like build up and be the best, but it's like be open-minded, be collaborative and work with the people in the industry. We're all in this together trying to like raise the lid on Melbourne coffee in general or Australian coffee.
I think that's really what MICE is all about. It's about a chance to come together each year. It is a chance to do business, but it's really about building that community as well and making sure that, we can connect with each other every year on a yearly basis.
I think I have a reason why Rowan loved that year so much. It was the year he found his true fame. There were so many kids coming up to him trying to get photos with him. There was like all these people coming out of COVID going, thanks to you, I learned how to make coffee. Can I get a photo? It was so cute. It was so endearing. And it was also that point where I think for both Rowan and I, we're like, holy shit, like these are real people. They're not just followers and numbers. They're real people with real stories. What would you say to someone that's never been before that's learning how to do business here? And this may be more of a life skill as well. MICE is definitely laden with plenty of coffees. Everyone's on a high. The vibe is amazing. This year more than ever, there's going to be more DJs. There's going to be more places to hang out, more breakout spaces. How would you explain to people how to connect with others?
I think if you're in the cafe or hospitality industry, whether you're a seasoned professional or just looking to start out, I'd say obviously attend MICE. It's fantastic. But things like our education series are going to be great for you. It's all about how to level up your business, what things you should be focusing on, make more money and get ahead of the competition. There's lots of areas where you can meet directly with people who are interested in helping you grow your business. So things like the Roasters Playground, you can meet with over 40 of Australia's best roasters. They want to help you. You can meet with suppliers from right across the industry, everything from machines to milk, POS systems. We have it all there. So everything that you need to set up your business or help it to thrive, you're going to find at the show.
Amazing. And then obviously you've done it for 9 years. How do you get that balance? How do you get that mix right?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, I think we're always looking to introduce new features to the show to keep it fresh. So, for example, this year, as I just mentioned, we've got Roasters Playground, which we're working on with La Marzocco, Riverina Fresh and Milk Lab, who I know your listeners are probably very well acquainted with. So we're going to be bringing in those 40 roasters. They're companies that you've never seen before at MICE. So that's really exciting for us and for also everyone attending. You're going to be able to try some brand new coffees at the show. Equipment companies, they're wanting to showcase what's new for them. MICE is a fantastic place to see all the latest innovations. We know it's going to be there at the show, so you have to come along to try everything in person. It's a great opportunity to get your hands on the equipment if you're thinking about buying something new. And then things like those POS systems and ancillary supplies that you might need. It's really everything that's just supporting the cafe industry. So if you're, like I said, in the hospitality business and you're looking for new suppliers, MICE is the place you're going to find them.
Amazing. I think Rowan's always at the MICE going, where's Sonam gone? And I'm always over at the bagging machines.
Oh, my, he's just the absolute dad in him. Just anything with like big cogs turning and that, he's like, look at this piece of machinery.
Automation.
We've got that again this year. You're going to love it.
But I think awesome. I think the best advice, like from me from going to MICE is just chat to everyone and have a talk. Like it's not all like just business card out kind of thing. It's just like as soon as you start the conversation, everyone's connected and opportunities just kind of show themselves. So the best thing that you can do when you go in there is just be open. Everyone else there is being open. No one is worried if you're coming up and having a chat to them. Everyone wants to have a chat. So I think that's the best way to just start the conversation.
Yeah, it's like the old library book analogy. When you go looking for the library book, it's the one next to it that you end up finding out has the most value to you.
Yeah.
Definitely. So for cafe owners and roasters attending MICE, what do you think is like the one thing they shouldn't miss in this particular MICE?
Gosh, I mean, I would probably say that the education series this year is outstanding. We've really expanded on it from its first introduction last year's event. It's full of really inspirational expert speakers from right across Australia. And then we've also got the Global Coffee Report Leader Symposium that we're bringing back as well, which has some really great international keynotes. So people like former executive of Nestle, Gerd Muller-Pfeiffer. We've got the head of Toby's Estate, Jodie Leslie. We've got people like the head of McCafe.
That's Jared.
It is. Head of coffee at 7-Eleven is going to be there. So some really great people that you can come and learn from, find out what makes them tick and what's successful for them and apply it to your own business.
Yeah, I think that's a good representation of MICE as well. So you can go granular, you can go down to your specialty cafe and you can also go all the way up to the head of McCafe.
Well, you've got Toby's Estate that just won the best cafe in Australia, and then you've got McCafe that sell the most coffees in Australia. So that's a good spectrum there. Just jumping back to the educational side, can you tell me a bit more about that? Like what kind of educational stuff will be presented?
Yeah, so it's all about helping your business to level up. So we're looking at things like how technology can help you in your business, the power of signature drinks, marketing tips to apply. We know that a lot of cafe owners they're self-employed. They own their own businesses. So we really want to be able to give them tools and resources that are practical for them to apply in their business. The education session is all free as part of your entry to MICE. So there's no kind of hidden costs associated with it or anything like that. We really wanted to make it super accessible for everybody to be able to experience and come and learn.
Oh, that's awesome. One of our very own, one of the sheep in the flock, Jamie Thompson, was on the board last year. It was quite good.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's a great series, great initiative from you guys. So MICE is obviously not just purely for business. It's also about trend setting and it's also about putting coffee in the global forefront and also launching things. Indoor time would have been like what's the best way to say it, the most resonating new launches that you've seen?
Oh my gosh, probably too many to even name. We do run the Product Innovation Awards at MICE each year, which sees some of the best products coming forward. I think given that MICE is in the Southern Hemisphere, it really is the launching place for a lot of those innovations in the Australasian market. So we see companies that are looking to bring something new to Australia, they're going to have it at MICE. So we've had things from like the best new equipment, brewing stuff from Hario. We've had machines from La Marzocco, Slayer. Across the years, it's been, amazing. There's been so many innovations out there. I don't think I could pick just one.
That's fair enough. You've been there for a while.
All right, we'll jump on to the consumer side because that's kind of me. I'm kind of the home barista guy and that side of things. So obviously, MICE not just for like the full coffee professional. You've got home baristas, enthusiasts, and the general public, hospitality workers. So MICE is open to them on the third day. Is that correct?
We've actually opened up MICE across all 3 days this year for the public, which is really exciting.
There you go. Coming in hot. You can come in any day that you want.
Well done.
That's great. Now, we all love coffee, but not everyone is going to be the person that's obsessed with pressure profiling and putting, special ointments from different trees in a forest into their coffee to make it better. Some people just want a good cup of coffee. For the average at-home coffee drinker, just someone that gets a coffee out every day, what's the experience at MICE that will really capture them or even blow them away?
Oh my goodness. So I think what's really important about MICE this year and opening it up across those 3 days is making it more inclusive for people like that who love coffee but perhaps aren't a super coffee nerd or really, technical with what they are doing. We want to teach people how to level up, where to find the best new roaster. Some people just want to come and try some really great coffees, and that's okay. We want all those people to come along. I think what's going to blow their mind is probably our Melbourne Coffee Festival that we're partnering with Breville to produce. It's full of masterclasses, a demo stage. They can get hands-on with the equipment and learn about, what they should be doing at home to make a great coffee. Roasters Playground is obviously going to blow their mind. They're going to leave so caffeinated they won't be able to sleep for a week. And then, there's so many competitions and things to see as well where they can watch people who are professionals showcase their skills. So we've got latte art smackdowns, milk labs, barista battle and roaster royale. Hario's bringing in the Hario games. It's really exciting. They're going to love it.
That's amazing. And so we actually the reason we have a lot of followers is probably a lot on the backs of Breville and a lot of people wanting kind of education in how to use those machines. So to all the listeners out there that are using the Breville, if my tips aren't doing it for you, make sure to come down to MICE and get the full experience at the stand.
I have something amazing to announce. We're actually doing a giveaway with Breville / Lalit every single day.
Oh.
So another reason to go down.
What can we tell people here? What can we tell people?
Okay. So you will be looking at getting a Lalit Bianca, the Golden Sands version, the top of the line.
Oh, that thing's thousands of dollars.
A grinder and some golden brown coffee, one a day for the 3 days.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Do I get one?
They are also doing giveaways on their Breville suite every hour on the hour on Saturday.
Every hour?
On the hour.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, there's double reason to come down if you want to get on that Breville stand. That sounds incredible.
It's almost impossible not to win, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. I think you heard it here first from the show organizer. Every person that comes to MICE will get a Breville machine. I don't know who that falls on now. Is it you? Is it Breville? Wink. No, but one of the things that I was excited about, and I think it's really lifted the game here, to me, roasters are kind of the heart of the coffee industry in Australia because they're kind of the middle people, right? There's the manufacturers and then you've got the consumers, but the roasters are the ones that are bringing the coffee to people. And so this year with the Roasters Playground, is that right? You've got 40 roasters and that's what I want. I want to go into MICE and be I can travel around Australia in 10 minutes, have 20 coffees in 10 minutes or maybe over a day. I can travel around Australia in a day and try a bunch of different coffees and really find something that's great for me. I think that's great for the roasters. I think it's great for the general public. Even people that are coming to visit Melbourne, what a way to get a little tasting board of what it's like. What was the idea behind that for you guys with bringing this kind of roaster playground to life?
Yeah, we really wanted to make it more accessible for roasters to be in the show. We know that obviously a 3-day expo is quite a big time and financial commitment for a lot of companies. We were really lucky to be able to partner with La Marzocco, Riverina Fresh and Milk Lab to bring this idea to life, where we can bring roasters in on half-day sessions. They don't have to spend all 3 days away from their business. A lot of the time, there might only be 2 or 3 of them working there. They get to come and experience MICE, get their brand out there, get their coffees into the hands of more people, and hopefully do some business out of it as well. Get some more contracts or find some more people that are excited about drinking coffee in their cafes.
I think it's quite financially sensitive as well from you guys with the way the seed price is going and what's happening on the green side of things for roasters to get this opportunity. It's really nice from you guys.
Yeah, and you can see, as you said, with the roasters coming in, it's if you want to meet someone with the least amount of time, it's go chat to people that work in the hospitality industry, people, especially the owners running that business, because it's if they're not owning it and working in the business every single day, they're then out making sure that everything is ordered, everything is coming in, that, something breaks down, they've got to fix it, So having them come in, get that time and kind of showcase their coffee, how bloody good. Now, talking about tastes and Roasters Playground. Maybe it's outside of Roasters Playground, but is there like an ultimate tasting tour or an experience for like MICE? Like, is there anything people should get excited about as they're coming in?
Oh my goodness. So I think you should start off your day with a caffeine hit at the Roasters Playground. Then what I'd do is circle down to the Melbourne Coffee Festival, jump into a Breville masterclass. You can head over to the espresso bar once you're done there. That's sponsored by the Bean Cartel. Get yourself a lovely cocktail to just refresh and relax into the afternoon. Cafe Owners Education Series. That's kind of the next stop on your tour. And then back down to, Milk Lab doing their Barista Battle and Roaster Royale in the afternoon. Super exciting.
Your day's planned out. And then I'm a bit disappointed with that. I'd say head on down to It's Just Coffee's stand. We're going to stand there. We're going to be looking fly as hell.
Are we doing any giveaways?
You know we are.
Liam, what are we giving away? What are we doing? Are we holding off?
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of want to keep it a secret as well. But, I mean, we could do it on the hour
We probably could, yeah. So Melbourne's coffee culture and MICE 2025's impact is all about how is Melbourne's coffee culture still relevant in this day and age, and what is MICE doing to make sure that it stays that way?
I think MICE in the Southern Hemisphere has always been at the forefront of those innovations. If something big is coming to Australia, it's going to be seen at MICE. We are really representing the entire Australian industry, so it's bigger than just Melbourne. We've got companies from right across the country coming to the show. So we're really passionate about making sure that the world knows about Australia's coffee industry and how fantastic it is.
Yeah, it's definitely world famous. Doesn't matter where you go. It's like, oh, we're from Melbourne. It's like, the home of coffee. You're like, well, no, it's Ethiopia. Maybe it's Yemen.
I can't end without talking about our great after party, which is capping off the whole event.
There we go.
So sponsored by Monin and Milk Lab, we absolutely cannot wait to celebrate a great weekend with everybody over at Showtime Events, capping off that week. Cocktails, DJs. We're also presenting the brand new Coffee Industry Heroes Awards and celebrating some really great industry leaders in the coffee and cafe community.
I will be there to accept it. So thank you. Thank you so much. No, the after parties go off. That'll be sick. So make sure that you can get to that if possible. Not everyone's going to be able to get into that bad boy, but, make your way in. That's it. You got to be exclusive. You can't just let anyone walk on in.
Yeah, go home and play with your new Breville.
Is it just me?
It's me. I turned the AC off.
Oh, you turned the AC.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oof. It's getting a little hot in here. I think it's time for an extra hot take with 2 sugars. Lauren just looked at me, they're like, what is happening? What are you talking about? She's just got this look in her eyes like, what is this guy doing? I don't know where this is going at all. All right, it's time for our favorite segment, Extra Hot Take with 2 sugars, where we say a spicy little take about something in the industry. Now, Sonam, as you're, stepping in to fill in the pod, do you want to kick us off first?
No, you can go first. Yours is way better than mine.
All right, I'll kick us off with my hot take, if we can just find where it is. Melbourne's coffee culture runs the risk of becoming the next Italy. What I mean by this is Italy invented espresso. It was great, but then it kind of just stopped there and they kind of kept it and they just wanted it to be what it was. Melbourne, then I felt like in Australia, innovated. They brought on that third wave coffee. They brought in the birth of specialty coffee and getting a lot of those more subtle tasting notes, lighter roast, all this kind of stuff. But there are other countries that are taking off, from Japan. You've got South Korea. You've got amazing countries that are doing amazing things with coffee. And I think Melbourne really needs to step up to make sure that we stay at the forefront of all of this. I think that's why it's really important to have events like MICE to really push that trend setting, the new technologies, the new innovations, and sharing knowledge, because we're not going to be the best coffee country in the world without being a great coffee community.
That's big. I'm going to echo this and say, it's also down to the consumer, because the Italians, they wanted the €1 coffee. The Australians, they wanted the $4 coffee. It's time to pay more.
Oh, there you go. It's time to pay more.
Sorry, Lauren.
I was going to say, I think you'll be able to hear more about that at MICE this year in our education series.
Oh, she's great at this segue. Look at that. That was perfect. Speaking of segues, I think it's time for your extra hot take with 2 sugars.
Oh my goodness. Okay. My hot take is that MICE shows the importance of the entire supply chain when it comes to coffee. So we know that cafes are the heart of the coffee industry, but I think it's also really important for everybody to be aware of what goes into that cup of coffee, everything from the grower through to the people that are shipping it, the traders, the roasters, obviously, all the people who are working on the equipment and the innovations in the background. You're going to see all of that at MICE, so you can find out everything that you need to know about the coffee industry at the show.
That's awesome. I think that's a cool way to do it, because I think the hardest thing that people find is like doing all this work to make sure that it's transparent and visible, but then making people care and finding a way to educate on that. So I think that's awesome that we can do that at MICE.
Yeah. So my hot take is imaginary. So imagine there's this big giant. Imagine there's this big giant room. Yeah, it's on the Yarra, like maybe South Bank. Really big, full of espresso machines, full of lots of people, DJs, maybe even some cocktails. There's a wheel, there's spinning, there's free espresso machines being given away, and it's happening in Melbourne in just over 2 weeks' time. Imagine if this place existed. My hot take is, if you're from Melbourne and you're not there and you don't like coffee, then piss off. But if you are from Melbourne and you do like coffee, you got to be there. And if you use the code It's Just Coffee at the MICE website, you get 50% off your ticket.
Oh, wait, what?
50% off your ticket.
Oh, I haven't actually been put across this. We're getting 50% off.
You are. I'm so excited that we can give this special opportunity to your listeners.
That's just like this is great now. This partnership's just gone to the next level.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Wait, how do you get, so our listeners, is it our listeners get 50% off, or is it just us?
I think we'd really like your listeners to come.
Oh,
so
okay.
all your listeners.
I didn't know whether it was just for us. Sorry, I'm lost. I didn't even know. 50% off. Okay, how do we get that 50% off?
So you just head to our website, grab Get Tickets, and enter the code It's Just Coffee when you choose your tickets online.
All caps?
All caps.
Always.
It's Just Coffee. Oh my God, that's amazing. Well, I mean, now there's really no excuse not to go if you're getting 50% off.
That's right. And I mean, now you can get a 3-day ticket for less than the price of a 1-day ticket, and you're going to need all 3 days for all the coffee you want to consume at MICE.
Amazing. Well, I'll be there all 3 days, so let's lock it in.
Well, not only will we be there all 3 days, we'll be doing every single after party for every single day. I'm taking off the whole next week. No one's taking off 2 months, apparently.
All right, Sonam, do you want to take us in with some little finishing notes here?
Maybe we wind this up with my favourite moment at MICE, your favourite moment at MICE, and Rowan's favourite moment at MICE. Is that all right?
I love this.
So when Amelie from Condessa, who helps us with our green coffee, she comes up to us and she taps us on the shoulder. She goes, guys, they're here. And we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, the people that export your coffee to you. You got to meet them. And we come over and we're like, hey, guys, so nice to meet you. Give them a cuddle, and they pull out this coffee Hessian bag with the golden brown logo on it that they've taken off. Rowan and I just standing there just going, have we made it?
That was going to be my one. That was like such a cute moment. That was like, will always live in my heart forever.
Yeah, same. And we've still got it.
Yeah, it's up in the back room in the office. Mine would be, now this is off the top of my head, just being cold. I can't remember what country they were from, but this cute little couple came up to me and they were like, oh, we love golden brown coffee so much. We watch all your videos. We even tried to recreate some of them, and they pulled up, they'd done like a few recreations of our videos, like the Pedro video.
I remember them now, yeah.
And then they go to me, we named our cafe after you. And I'm like, you named your cafe Rowan? And they're like, no, we called our cafe Coffee Up, which is our tagline from Golden Brown, Coffee Up. And they were like, we named our cafe. And I was like, oh my God, I have people halfway across the world naming their like little cafe after a tagline. From one of the videos. That was a very sweet moment. And it is so nice in terms of like people that, watch Golden Brown, listen to this podcast. One of my favorite times to actually get to interact with everyone and know that they're real people. It's not just like a random, bit of text on a screen. It's so lovely getting to meet everyone. So yeah, that was my favorite moment.
I think my favorite moment every year is when the doors open and everyone comes rushing in and there's that huge buzz of excitement. That's the best feeling every single year. It never gets old. And I can't wait to feel it again in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, agreed.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I think that probably brings us to the end of this episode of
It's Just Coffee.
What a great episode. Thank you for coming. We're so honoured to be a partnership. Going to shake your hand. Thank you so much for letting us be a media partner. I can't wait to get down there. I'm really excited for the Roasters Playground this year. I'm going to get highly caffeinated see how many coffees we can fit in a day. Do you, not to take it too negatively, but do you have quick ambulance access if I have too many espressos? Is that going to be...
I hope that's not necessary.
Okay. Maybe I'll stick it down there. I won't go too far with all of that going on. But make sure to head to the website to get your tickets. News to me, amazing, 50% off if you listen to this podcast when you get them. So go through that. You can link through us as well. If you want to chat to us, make sure to hit us up at hello@itsjustcoffeepod.com and hit us up on Instagram for all of the latest news. And then, Liam, you can just speak. You don't need to whisper stuff to me.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted to talk about our incredible sponsor, Eco Barista, who's...
absolutely. An amazing sponsor.
We play Fireball.
Fireball.
Eco Barista is providing us with a masseuse on Friday. So if you come past, there's 5-minute masseuse massages available.
How good's that? I love doing these kind of things. We were, chatting with the guys over at Eco Barista, and it's like everyone's going to be having, there's going to be similar things around. It's lots of coffee stuff. And they're like, let's just mix it up and just have masseuses going. So if you need a little rub down while you're at MICE, head on over and we'll be offering them up.
Yeah, too much caffeine, don't worry. Massage it out. Makes sense.
That's right. You're getting anxious, getting a little stressed. The cortisol levels are spiking through the roof.
And if you're a roastery or a cafe that needs to sort out your coffee bags, your cups, all of that, do it the right way. Do it the eco way with Eco Barista. We use them. We love them. And when you sign up now, you get 15% off your first purchase.
Yeah, and we're just about to go for another order. Thanks, Russ.
Well, Russ, 15% is a huge amount. But, now you got to challenge Russ. We're dropping 50% off tickets over here for MICE. So, Russ, just a call out to the fans. Russ has pulled the sponsorship. But head to ecobarista.com.au and sign up there to get 15% off your first order. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. Do you have any last words that you want to say before we sign off?
I think just to head to the website straight away and enter that code so you don't miss out on your tickets.
And I absolutely do that. And speaking of great discounts, I was just thinking, well, I've got a coffee company, right? We've got a coffee company, Golden Brown Coffee.
Drop it.
We want people drinking it. We don't normally offer this much of a discount, but we want to make sure that people are getting great coffee. So we've actually put together a code for our website, IJC, for It's Just Coffee, POD, P-O-D, 15, IJC, P-O-D, 15, for 15% off any of our coffees on the website. We've got our signature blend, the summer blend with a beautiful Ethiopian in it. We've got our Sundancer, our Kenyan single origin, decaf, filter.
I'm going to say it. Our decaf gets a lot of emails, and positive ones. Like, this is the best decaf I've ever tried. So
yeah, it's good.
Give it a go.
Yeah, we talked about it last week or the other week. It's the sugarcane processing with the, ethyl acetate.
Yep.
Say it. And it tastes real good. Great with milk. All right, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you for listening to
It's Just Coffee.
And we'll see you at MICE.
Yeah.